In this video, I want to show you how to install and configure PowerToys utilities for Windows 10. First, we need to install them. So open your web browser and go to this link, aka.ms/install PowerToys, and hit enter. It will take you to the GitHub site and directly to the latest release of PowerToys. So here, in the middle of the page, click on PowerToys Setup, and the download will begin. It's a very short download, it's only 18 megabytes. When the download finishes, we need to run the file, so go to the Downloads folder, and then double-click PowerToys Setup. Let me minimize this and this. And here, if there are dependencies, it will download them and it will install them. So here it's installing the .NET Core runtime. Just wait for it to finish. And now I'm gonna select yes. And now the PowerToys installation begins. Click on next. Click on next again. And then if you want to create a shortcut, select it, and then click on next, and then click on install. Click yes if prompted. And now the installation is finished. So now that PowerToys is installed, let's run it. So to configure it, so you can find it here, and if you opted also to create a shortcut, you can run it from here. I'm gonna run it from here. So I clicked here on the system tray icons and then just click on PowerToys. And you see when you first start it, it will tell you that you need to restart it as administrator so that to enable all the settings. So this is what I'm gonna do now. And then I'm gonna click on yes, and this way it will restart as administrator. So now it is here. Let's see now. And now it is started as administrator, and I'm gonna click on always run as administrator. So I'm gonna toggle this to on, and I advise you also to do this. So these are the general settings. The first one is run as administrator. The second one here is if you want to change the colors. So I'm gonna keep it on Windows default. And if you wanna run it at startup, and this is what I wanna do. And also if you want to check for updates, and this is the automatic updates. They usually release a version each month. So now let's go to Color Picker. In Color Picker, it is enabled, and the shortcut for it is Windows Shift plus C. And I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna press Windows Shift C on my keyboard now, and this is the Color Picker. So what this does is that it will tell you the code of the color when you hover the mouse over it. So let's say we want to pick up this red color here. If you click on it, it will give you the hex value, the RGB, HSL value. And if you want more values here, you can scroll. You see here you have CMYK. If I toggle it to on, it will give me here also the CMYK colors. And here also, if you want to change the shade, you can change it. You can go back to the one before, and to copy it and to put it in a program. For instance, if you want to copy the CMYK values, just click on copy here. It will be copied to the clipboard. The next utility is Fancy Zones, and this is one of my favorites. Fancy Zones will let you divide your screen into layouts so that you can snap open windows to them to facilitate multitasking. It is enabled by default. If it's not enabled, just make sure it is enabled here. And then I'm gonna keep all the settings by default. Of course, you can see the settings and put them to your liking. The most important setting is to hold Shift and key to activate zones while dragging the window. And I'm gonna show you this. So first, you need to choose a layout or to create your own layout. To do this, click on Launch Layout Editor. And here you can choose the layout you want. Or if you want to create your own layout, you can click on Custom. And here I'm gonna create a screen divided by 4, and this is how I like it. So I'm gonna click on edit selected layout, and then here I'm gonna name it 4 squares, and then I'm gonna click first on add a new zone, and this is the first zone here. So this is a zone, and add a new zone also, so this is 2. So when you create your layout, just click on save and apply, and you see now it is activated. I'm gonna click on apply here, and now when you drag a window while holding the shift key on the keyboard, it will snap to the layout, as you will see. Let me open Explorer also, and I'm gonna show you. So if I open also Edge, and let me hold the shift and drag it here, and it will snap here, and you see here that you have the windows snapping. The next utility is File Explorer. File Explorer utility lets you enable the preview of SVG and Markdown files, and also it enables the thumbnails for SVG files. So let me show you. This is an SVG file here. If I click on it and then I click on View, Preview pane, I can see now the content of the SVG file, and this is a preview enabled because of File Explorer. The next utility is Image Resizer, and this utility will let you bulk resize images. Here we have the prefixed image sizes, and if you want to add the size, you can add the size also if you want. You can delete the size, and you can choose your encoder and the level quality and so on. So let me show you how this works. If you have images here and you want to resize them, all of them in one step, I'm going to select both of them and then right click them, and then here you see you have a new option called Resize Pictures. Click on it, and then here you can choose the size you want. You can choose also a custom size. So let me here say that I'm gonna make them small. I'm gonna click on Resize, and the program, as you see, creates 2 new images called small, and they are a copy of these but resized. The next utility is Keyboard Manager. So what Keyboard Manager does is that it remaps keyboard keys and shortcuts to other keys and shortcuts. So let me give you an example. This is just for an example here. I clicked on remap a key, click on the plus sign here. Let's say I want to remap Q to A, just for the sake of the example. So click on type here under key, and then press Q on your keyboard. Click OK. Click on type here under map to, press A, and then OK, and then click on OK here, and then continue anyway, and here now Q is mapped to A. So let me demonstrate this. I'm gonna run the on-screen keyboard, and I'm gonna put here in the search box, I'm gonna press on Q, and instead of Q, A will appear. So let me delete it. To delete it, click on the remap a key once again, and then click on the delete icon here, and then OK. The next utility is Power Rename, and this is also a very nice utility. It will let you bulk rename files in a smart way. I'm gonna show you how. So here it is enabled. I'm gonna open the test folder, and here I have 3 documents that begin with item. Let's say I want to change item to article. I'm gonna select everything and right click them, and here choose Power Rename and search for item, and then replace item with article, and then click on rename, and you see all 3 were renamed by replacing item with article. And the next utility is PowerToys Run, and this is basically a replacement for the search box here. So it is enabled. So press Alt space to show it. And here, let's say, for instance, I want to search for Notepad. It will find Notepad, and it will find other things also that begin with or that contain Notepad. The next utility is Shortcut Guide. So this is basically only to show you a guide of the shortcuts, like its name says. And this is a duration here. This is configurable. So if you press and hold down the Win key for 900 milliseconds, you'll see a guide of the shortcuts that are available in the application that you are using, or in Windows if you are on the desktop. So that was everything you need to know about PowerToys. If you liked this video and you found it useful, please share it, subscribe to my channel, and give this video a thumbs up. Thank you for watching.